and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and we're here today for another off-the-rip episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. Let's get it on. So today is going to be another off-the-rip video. So if you're new, an off-the-rip video is part one of part three of three parts of the series that Mr. Randy does when he does a whiskey, wine, beer, libation, now tequila review. Part one, off the rip, get the bottle home, crack it open, pour it in a glass, have my first impressions, and share it with you because gosh darn it, you're so awesome. Part two, halfway down-ish, the ish zone, we're going to call this the full review. Okay, stop here if we can, let the rest of it sit for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be. I'll go on the internet, I will pull together as much or as little information as possible, bring it back to you, present it to you, we'll talk about it, and then we'll move on. Part three is all the way down to the bottom. It's called the final pour. Thus the name. We have the final pour in the glass, compare it to the first pour today, and everything in between. So let's go ahead and let's get this on. So this is the Reposado. It's rested. I need to figure out my pronunciations. I haven't even looked it up. My Spanish is really rusty because I didn't take Spanish in high school. No, I took Latin. My brother took French and Spanish. I took Latin. Yeah. Practice a dead language, they said. You might be a doctor someday, they said. So there it is. We forgot 40% alcohol by volume. You see, this is a beautiful bottle, I guess. Say 1873, made in Mexico. Let's go ahead and crack it open. That's kind of weak. So this is rested in ex-bourbon. I won't get too much. Man, that one yesterday was a blast of pepper in your mouth. Now this one's been rested in ex-bourbon barrels. I guess it's going to have to wait till the full review to figure out what kind of bourbon barrels, if they tell us where they come from, whatever it is. You know, we'll find out as much as we can or as little as possible. Somebody out there's got to have some good information. It smells just like the one from yesterday. It smells only slightly different. Maybe a little bit of oakiness, I guess, but not a whole lot. Rested. How long is rested? I think rested is like a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but not very many months. Because I think there's a certain period after a couple of months it becomes finished. And finished can go from months to years, while rested goes from like days to a couple of weeks. It smells peppery. It smells just like that other one. Whew, okay, so on the nose, I can't give you anything other than that. It smells just like the other one. The regular, I guess, the silver. And this, I guess, should be like the gold. Kind of like what rum does. In rum, you get silver and gold, and you get the dark and the light. Kind of nervous about this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that first palate. That is a little more sweet and more oaky. It does definitely come off as an ex-bourbon barrel finish or resting. There's still that pepper. There's still plenty of pepper. It's very pepper. I don't want to call it spicy, but it's got that good viscosity. It's thin. The legs are thin, and they run pretty fast. Ooh, this is going to open up my sinuses. Ooh, might have to have a little bit of this every day. Open up the sinuses. Ooh, that's a lot of pepper. Was that a piece of pepper? Anywho, let's go for that second palate. Yeah. Yeah. It does. It's like I just huffed some ground pepper. But I do get some of that bourbon kind of thing going on there. Like it's an oaky, sweet vanilla, caramel kind of. If you've had any other kind of like almost neutral type spirit with no other flavorings and characters, you will kind of pull out some of that bourbon characters. And that's what I'm getting. On the nose, I can kind of pull out some of that ex-bourbon. On the palate, I can get a little bit more. Whew, now that heat's starting to build up in the back. I did not do any research at all yet. I just kind of did that last one and was like, I was done for the day. I'm just going to chill out. I think I might get online tonight and at least figure out, like with gin, if I could mix this with some kind of gin or something, soda or something. What's the best thing to mix this with or make cocktails with or something? Because I know you can drink tequila neat if it's good tequila. Let's go ahead and get this finished, and then we'll come back. Good viscosity. It does transfer well. It's kind of light after the initial when you get in. After that, it kind of turns down kind of quickly of viscosity. The oiliness, it does coat the mouth well. And then that pepper just comes in. It's like you just like, it's very peppery. The heat kicks up very quickly in the background. This is significantly different in the taste. All those tasting characters, very different than the, where is it? Now, this one. The silver or the blanco or the regular versus the rested or the, ex-bourbon. Geez, that pepper, if you're, that pepper lasts a long time. If you're completely adverse to pepper, you might not want to try this. Is that the kind of way that all of tequila tastes? Because I don't think I've ever watched a video review where someone really gave me like details. I've watched things where they compared tequila to tequila, blah, and they said whether this was crap or this was good or whatnot. But I haven't watched a video that really dives deep into it. All the whiskey tubers I've watched, all the YouTube libation, I haven't seen a tequila video yet. Not a deep dive review. Ooh, it really does, man. It's a 3 out of 5 on the back end where the heat is like hanging in there. Well, this is going to last for a few more minutes, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not going to let this roll out to a 10-minute video. So let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Let's have a good one.